Thank you, Craig. Very cool.
All right. Let's get this started, guys. Welcome back once again, everyone, to the MMG Podcast with your host, Malachi.
Micah.
And Gabe.
Now, we're already 3 episodes in, going strong. I'm very proud of that. At least I think we're going strong in our own right.
We're actually uploading them.
We're actually uploading.
Strong.
So,
We're not losing the footage
and
or the audio.
and we're still coming up with topics that I think will allow us to sort of come up with interesting stuff to talk about. So, started off, we do have, once again, 3 topics split among us. I'm going to start with mine again, just because I make
He is the starting point.
I make good opening topic.
What if?
So, my topic today, straightforward, it's just what if characters, or if they have succeeded their expectations, met or failed to meet.
Wouldn't it be exceeded, not succeeded?
Succeeded, exceeded. I mean, they both mean they got past it.
Yeah, I guess.
But basically, it's characters that were supposed to be something or were expected to be something. Did they meet that expectation? Did they get over the hump and become better than what they were expected to be? Or did they fall flat on their face?
Right. Did they become their series potential, man?
And obviously, we're all slow. It's going to be hard to remember all the shows we've seen. So I will keep pulling up the list a little bit, back my brain up, and bring up some topics that we can talk about.
I have brain.
But right away, I can talk about a big what if guy who definitely failed to meet his expectations of his character. I'm gonna just say it right away with Ace, but I feel like that one was obvious for people who have seen One Piece. Not you.
I haven't seen it.
But I mean, you know what happens to him. You know, I don't feel like there was any imminent spoilers that are gonna ruin anything for
He
you.
was pre-Rengoku.
He was pre-Rengoku.
Turned him into a donut.
But I just feel like he didn't get enough time on screen to show how good he was. He had that really cool fight with Blackbeard. It was like, man, he could be something, and then, you know, off to the chopping block. And I mean, he was a good plot point. You know, like it really helped.
It was a fun arc, I guess.
It really helped for like a big boss battle thing to cut off the halfway point of the series and develop Luffy. But you know,
when your whole character revolves into a stepping stone for main character, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So in order to back that up, I'm going to bring up my own personal what if. And that's Bulat from Akame ga Kill. Because this dude was supposed to be something. He had armor that was pretty much unpierceable, war experience from before he even joined Night Raid. And then they reduced him to pretty much just a stepping stone for Tatsumi to get stronger. Which, by the way, Tatsumi can technically be his own didn't exceed his expectation character, because for anybody who knows the ending of the anime version of Akame ga Kill, Hans dies and his whole thing ends up being worthless anyways. Which honestly makes Bulat's death even more upsetting to me. He didn't need to die. Honestly, you could say that for most people in fucking Akame ga Kill. They didn't need to die, they just did.
yeah, you got one right off the top of your head you can think of, Gabe?
Not at the moment, no. Keep going.
Okay, I do got a big what if, like not like he was a what if character, but I just looked at him, and now I'm imagining a what if situation, and I'm sure it's been thought of before. But what would happen if when Armin and Erwin got through that, and you know we had to pick one. It was pick Armin or pick Aaron. What if they actually decided to save Erwin, let Armin die?
That would have been awesome.
Like, how much of a difference would that have made throughout the rest of the story?
All the difference.
I mean, just a thing I gotta think about though, because when he was like dying, we had all this stuff going on with his backstory of his father and a secret that they were like close to discovering. And it's just like, what would have happened if he was still around to go hunting for that?
Fair.
And how would his morals and ideals, since they differ from Arwen's pretty far, have affected the way that the team, decided to do things? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
because he would have been completely he would have had totally different ideas to what Armin would have done. Mostly because they were completely different people with completely different ideals.
I'm just saying. It feels like it's something that could have highly affected the series. But that's just me.
God, I looked at Record of Ragnarok for a second and instantly saw multiple characters that could easily be a potential character.
Ooh. Here's one that we can all talk about, because this is a guy who most definitely exceeded expectations, given that what he was
Titled as
what he was titled as was something that should have definitely brought him down. Iki from Chivalry of a Failed Knight.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
he very obviously exceeds the expectations of the worst one. That's kind of the entire idea.
Why didn't they continue it?
Look, man, it just wasn't as big as it
Like
could have
they
been.
didn't continue in any. Like they didn't even continue the manga, right?
No, I don't think they continue the manga
They
in
continued
English.
a little bit.
But,
No, they did a little bit and then cut it.
yeah, but the light novel did actually finish recently.
Potential.
Light novel.
So much potential.
But I mean, she still definitely exceeded. So like, ooh, another one. What do we think about David from Cyberpunk?
There was nowhere else for the story to go. They did what they needed to. David definitely exceeded his expectations. He met his potential. Because I don't want to be that guy, but becoming the leader of the group that you were just kind of brought into randomly as a rookie probably means that you exceeded the expectations of somebody who just randomly joined the group.
Yeah.
But what about the expectations that Lucy had? He was supposed to go to the moon with her.
He did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was there. He was there.
That's like saying she brought an urn with his ashes in.
He would still be there.
He made it.
Look, again,
He did make it.
what are we looking for here? Expectations or just one character's expectation?
Oh,
David exceeded. I don't
they all
care.
had different expectations.
Okay, so what were the expectations of the fight versus Adam Smasher?
Don't die.
Too bad.
He
Don't
failed.
die.
He entertained him.
Fair enough. Yeah, he succeeded or exceeded Adams, but the rest of people.
What expectations could Rebecca have? She was crushed.
Not get crushed.
Protect me.
Got out of the way.
All right, I'm gonna bring up a Record of Ragnarok character, Hercules.
Stop bringing up
Or
characters we don't know.
Heracles.
Stop bringing up characters you don't know.
Hercules.
Hey, series we haven't seen.
Okay, well, I don't care. Guess what? Guess what? Is that
doing real in like?
Guess what? What were his expectations in Record of Ragnarok? Beat Jack the Ripper. What did he do? Failed to meet those expectations when he died to Jack the fucking Ripper.
Was he a prostitute?
No, he just lost the fight.
Well, that's the only way I can imagine him losing.
Shut up. He was in London.
Wait, he was
That's
supposed.
why
He was
lost.
supposed
He let Jack the Ripper go to London.
He was supposed to eat him.
Eat. What are you hearing? Yes, I agree. Hercules is supposed
audio cut out
to
when you said
devour
beat.
Jack the Ripper aggressively.
That your
No.
audio cut out when you said beat. And
One
I
expectation
was like,
for everybody, even the humans, was beat Jack the Ripper. Humans didn't even want to see Jack the Ripper win. And that's the human side. If they lose too many matches, they literally die. Because Brunhild cried a lot.
okay, I will just say, I think you cut out a little bit there. Like
I
completely.
blame society.
That's fine.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm going to bring up one that is airing. MASH. MASH has exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. I mean, once again, you got no lines. You're not supposed to live.
You're magicless. And you know what? Just because I can easily bring it up as well, Jin Woo. Jinwoo is also exceeding expectations because, again,
Basically,
in a similar vein to any show where the idea is to level up or be better than what you're supposed to be, you're gonna exceed it. It's literally like Iki, where his reputation is the weakest of all time. So as long as he lives one raid, he's done it.
Yeah, because it's like characters like Asta and Mash, they got the same sort of character build where you're supposed to be useless because you have no magic, and then they train their bodies day in, day out, and then are able to beat magic. So it's like they're almost automatically going to beat expectations every time.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna bring up one that Gabe's not gonna know. Fos. Fosfulai. What are we thinking about Fos? Because realistically,
so-
what were the expectations on Fos?
Well, here's the issue that I see. They've beaten some. You know what I mean? Because they went from being somebody who couldn't do a single task to somebody who
Was competent enough to fight a little bit.
was able to stay up throughout an entire slumber period where most couldn't. But also, I feel like they've failed in some rights because it's kind of like Yellow Diamond.
Yeah.
Where they have that same reputation. So I feel like it's like
but they also exceeded it because they used to crack the easiest, and they eventually managed to not crack at every single movement they made.
They still crack.
They still do, but most stopped cracking with even the slightest touch to the point where, once again, they threw their sword at high speed while still being able to keep their body intact enough.
It's like I think
it's hard to say Fos failed expectations when their expectations weren't high.
They've succeeded or exceeded expectations of others, but have failed their own.
Yeah,
it's like a personal thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So you've done what others wanted you to do, but not what you believe you could do.
All right, and you know what? So I can bring Gabe into the conversation. Bell.
Yes.
I personally think that the little rookie over here has
Hey,
probably been exceeding expectations.
I'm a season in.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I remember when he did that one thing.
Try to avoid too many.
I remember when he used the bell.
I remember when he was Bell and he was in the dungeon.
Wow.
Okay, but Gabe, you know season 4, he definitely exceeded expectations there, especially.
Absolutely.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And it isn't. I like it how to avoid spoiling Malachi too much.
Yeah.
I like how it isn't. I like how it isn't like solo leveling where it's just like, oh, he fails once and then just
was his first fail getting murdered in cold blood?
Yeah.
God,
it was close
to.
Was,
I mean, with
okay, by a Minotaur, not God.
With him, there was a slight build up, but also at the same time, it felt like he was just became a badass overnight.
Well, when you get saved by a system, it normally does make you a badass pretty quick.
Yeah, but Bell's still not really Bell is just trying his best.
Yeah, Bell is just a nervous little white-haired boy.
But at the same time, because
he also has that skill that levels him up quicker.
And then another one we can relate to. Let's talk about Demon Slayer for a second, because
there's a few characters. Firstly, Ren Goku had failed. I don't give a fuck what the fans say. That nigga failed expectations. There is no way you're going to tell me that the guy who is a Hashira who died in his first battle on screen exceeded expectations. I don't care if it was an upper moon. The dude should have done more.
It's like
no one died.
Look.
That's
all
that matters.
Let me start talking a little bit. So here's my thing. He succeeded. I think he met his own expectations, his personal things, where he protected everybody and he served out his role as a Hashira.
Well, protected everybody because of anime bullshit. Let's be fair
but still, protected everybody to his fullest extent as he could with his body. Right?
Yeah.
He may have failed the viewers, not most, because a lot of people once again were like, "Oh my God, his death was so sad.
He did so tragic,
so valiantly." But I think to people like us who saw him for about an hour,
Yeah.
Roughly.
Roughly.
And that was all he did. And I get it. You know, it's supposed to be this big thing.
You know what? No, I need to bring up one. Okay. I know that the whole Akaza thing was, a big deal. Can we talk about how Rengoku almost died to a little girl in the dream space? He got caught so easily in that. And had so many things that could have potentially got him killed, but his instincts helped him grab her hand while she was, going for the kill.
Well, I mean, some characters just do have good reactions.
Yeah, but he was asleep.
The guy
You're
whose
just-
entire power.
You're just
No,
sad.
okay,
You're not
he
cool
was
enough
an
to.
anomaly that's stupid.
He's an anomaly.
Zenitsu shouldn't exist.
So what, you're saying Rengoku can have that anomaly moment?
No.
Let him have
We're
it,
also-
man. All right. He
We're
was down for
also
an hour.
talking about. we're
No,
also
let him have the
talking
big
about-
fucking donut
We're
hole in
talking
his
about an
stomach.
anime full of characters that go up against super mutated
We're
demons.
talking about an anime where a guy can learn thunder breathing by thinking about it for 2 minutes.
by spraining his ankle.
By not spraining, by having half of it torn open, pretty much.
Yeah.
He learned thunder breathing.
That wasn't just sprained, dude. That thing was compressed.
Exactly, bro.
That thing was a pancake.
Sprained.
My bad. My bad, boy.
Okay,
forgot how it
but
went.
now to finally give
Let me
Tanjiro
hold
some.
on, I gotta finish up my Rengoku thing.
Fine.
Because I think that look. Once again, I feel he met his own expectations, failed ours, but he also succeeded in the expectations of the Demon Slayer core as a whole. Because I feel like his battle, in a sense, while not very important to us and didn't hit us in the feels, was something that inspires and would inspire future Demon Slayers.
Well, it
and
definitely
current.
inspired Tanjiro.
Exactly. So I feel like he did all three. He was a triple whammy where he met his own, failed others, and exceeded others.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a legacy thing. And yeah, once again, it just now our screen time somehow pulled that off in that.
Let's just say Ufotable is a master of their craft.
But that's kind of how I see it for him in specific. But yeah, we could talk about Tanjiro a little bit.
Okay, I'm finally going to give Tanjiro his credit. The guy has exceeded expectations in all corners. Like, this dude is somebody that nobody expected to be on par with any of these demons that he's facing.
Mhm.
Minus the viewers who's very obviously seeing this dude that's, well, the main character of Demon Slayer. But in the Demon Slayer world, nobody was looking at Tanjiro and going, that's the next big thing. Except for Giyu, but we don't talk about Giyu. He's an anomaly as well.
Fair enough.
Well, it wasn't so much that like he did see something in Tanjiro, but he was probably more caught up with the fact that Nezuko was not eating him.
Well, he was also caught up in the fact that Tanjiro was smart enough to do a feint attack, like throwing the axe.
Yeah, he was impressed by Tanjiro, to be sure. But mostly what was going on, he's just like, wait, this demon bitch
Why
is not
demon
eating
girl
me.
not being a demon. Yeah, but again, nobody looked at Tanjiro and went, that's the next big thing in the world. And now look at him. He successfully helped.
It was only after his encounters with Ryu.
Still isn't a Hashira.
I'm not saying still isn't a Hashira, but let's
Even
be
though
fair.
we have two positionings open right now.
Well, no, because he doesn't have fire Hashira. He's not the fire breather or the sound breather.
I don't care.
I
He
don't.
has like seven
Well,
other
it wasn't
breathings.
really
Real.
He could be the total.
He's
Total
the avatar.
concentration
He's the
breathing
avatar.
Hashira.
He's the avatar.
He's the avatar of
Look,
Demon Slayer.
At this point, we don't gotta be specific with our Hashiras anymore. All right, we've already lost two of them.
Okay, I don't think
One of them retired, but not
it
fully
was
retired because he's back
so it
in
is
this.
pre-established that like we have freaking Urokodaki, we have Zenitsu's master, and we have Rengoku's dad. But there isn't like an established rule that there has to be a specific seat. It just so happens that they were trained by those people to use that. They use that specific technique. So it's not like, oh, you can't do it because you're not fire breather. So, I mean, currently there is, as far as we know, there is no thunder breather.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I gotta ask about this one though. I gotta just because of what we've seen from Dorohedoro.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Kaiman for now, and then I'm also gonna like bring up Ebisu later. But how are we feeling about Kaiman? Because I don't think we have a whole lot of like expectations per se, right? But like,
Yeah,
like he has a goal, and do we feel like he's done a good job getting closer to it? You know what I mean?
At part, I would like to say yes, but at the same time, it also feels like a lot of what he has learned has fallen to his lap.
Yeah, I feel like look, I mean this in the least offensive way. I feel like he's getting carried a little bit to this because
Yeah,
he's getting mollywopped in all his fights, even though he's supposed to, be an uncursable
yeah.
because of his curse he has. Like even in just like one-on-one combat, he pathetic actually.
Well, so like in
Whole
terms of one-on-one
time
combat,
and-
he's gone up against Shen, which he was
Fair
doing
enough.
good for like a second, then he got a hammer in his head,
Yeah, well,
and then his
to
head
the best of
removed.
us.
Yeah, definitely.
Hammer to the head. Tell me the last time you were winning a fight and got a hammer to the head, guys.
Well, last time I got a hammer to the head was when I didn't hold the flashlight still for my dad, but
What?
I was there for that.
yeah, I got smacked in the head. Probably why I'm a little slow, but that's besides the point. All right. Sorry, man. Mike. Okay. How many characters can I skip past that I don't care about?
Easy. All of the
All
Dr.
Dr.
Stones.
We already know him. Ooh.
No, don't. No,
What are
kiss.
these? How do these work? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Since we're here, Goblin Slayer, he's met expectations. He slayed goblins. He's done the thing.
Gotcha.
He has done the thing. And as such has met his expectations as Goblin Slayer.
Like it's like saying, "Oh, Sid Cogno met his expectations. He is in the
He
shadows."
is the eminence in shadow.
Like,
You know what? True. You know what?
Gotcha.
He is.
Such a stupid.
You know what? Seiya met expectations. He was the cautious hero.
I'm gonna hang myself.
Good.
Wow.
All right. What's another one with a title character? You know what? Onizuka. He was a great. I'm done.
I mean, he was. I mean, I can't lie. He was.
He was given his track record and his personality.
I haven't watched the show, so I'm just gonna cough.
Thank you. Babe,
What?
what other One Piece characters can we
No.
have expectations versus reality?
One Piece characters unfulfilled.
You know what, guys? What's a character where our expectations were low for him, but they somehow managed to fail it?
Bon Clay. Bon Clay. Dude,
This isn't for
he
low
started off
expectations.
as like the most cringiest character. I could not look at him, but by the end of Alabasta arc, he's one of my favorite characters.
See, for me, at the end of Alabaster, I didn't see him in as high of a light as you clearly did. I was like, yeah,
Dude, every time I watch that scene, I get goosebumps. I'm like, oh,
but it was the Impel Down that really sold it for me.
for sure.
Impel Down, just right there, it was sold. At first, I was like, yeah, we chill,
Yeah.
But after that, I was like,
both of your main entrants, and you give your life for both of them. Come on.
I would say just sacrifice for friendship.
Bon Clay is the GOAT.
You know who else is the GOAT? Bondrude. Ayo.
Hey, I can find Bondrude is a villain in Made in Abyss who by far he
exceeded expectations in terms of storytelling.
Exceeded expectations and storytelling, but he by far could be in contention for worst dad ever.
Yes.
And he wasn't even the daddy, he was a stepdaddy, the foster parent.
He was that bad.
He was that
bad.
It
was that bad.
You want to hear about what he did? I think it'd be a pretty fun story to tell.
Well, what if I watch Made in Abyss?
You know what? Fair enough. We can't spoil him.
Well, Gabe, when we watch
I've been slightly tempted to watch it.
It's really fucking good.
About to say it is.
I've heard.
Really...
You may have heard. I know.
All right, but let's talk a little bit about. I'm gonna just like spitball about a couple of JJK characters really quick.
Sukuna exceeded expectations. I'm gonna say it now, everybody.
All right, look. When your expectations are the king of curses.
Look, man, your expectations were high, but holy fuck, Shibuya incident alone, bro.
But no, I gotta talk about like the main cast.
Megami.
Hold on, just stop.
No.
Yeah, we have Megami who is
He is the
man.
potential man, but he's
Where-
so ass.
He carries a family legacy and a curse that could by far carry him to like god tier status, and he just uses it as a suicide like
With this treasure.
every time.
Again, the fact that this man is memed more because he has that one special move
Then for
than
his
actually,
entire
doing anything is sad. The fact that everywhere he is, somebody is making fun of the fact that his hands are stanced up in the summoning pose. It's
like,
not a good thing to
his
have.
powers are cool because he can summon just like the 10 different beasts, and it's just like he doesn't use that right. I don't see how you can mess it up so hard. And then there's Yuji, who he I don't know if it's met. I feel like he's done really well given the situation he was dropped into, but it's like
As somebody who's been hyped up as someone who could potentially use Sukuna's abilities, he's kind of failing.
yeah, Sukuna kind of just uses him at his own convenience.
He kind of punches him through 4 buildings because fuck that guy.
But it's just like he's done well given the circumstances. And then also, once again, just like allowed
Is a
thousands of
punching
people
bag.
to die and
Is a punching bag.
can't use his abilities right. And then there's Nobara, who I think was exceeding almost like she was getting over that hump at one point where it was like, you have this reputation as just like a bad influence, hothead, country bumpkin character who was slowly turning into like a well-written female character with like depth and personality.
And now she's a vegetable.
Yeah, and that
okay. This one, Denji.
Oh,
What about Denji? What about Denji?
so hold on, because I feel like he is by far exceeded, but like it's a different thing because to him he's still in debt, right? To him, he hasn't really had.
Well, no,
like,
to him he's not in debt. Remember, as soon as he got picked up, he's like, "Wait, this means as soon as I kill you, my debt's gone," and he did kill him instantly.
fair enough.
So he doesn't think he's in debt anymore.
Okay, but he still is. Is he
No,
not?
because
No, he's
he's
gonna
never
have
gonna have to pay that back.
Okay.
And even in part 2 of the manga, he has not had to worry about that.
Okay. Well,
Now he's just in way worse straits.
yeah.
Yeah. These last 2 chapters have been fucking. Oy.
Okay.
It's been oy,
It's been a ride.
bruh. It's been yeah. It has been a ride for him. Brody cannot catch a break.
Well, then, yeah. If there's no debt involved either, I feel like he's exceeded given where he started. Right.
Yeah, and as a character, bruh,
He's grown a lot.
there's no way you could ever think he hasn't exceeded expectations.
Got it.
You know what? Can I bring up a character that's not even like a protagonist or like, big like action-y character? Malachi is gonna know exactly what I'm gonna mean as soon as I say it.
I thought you were just gonna say Malachi. Like,
Yes, my favorite character, Malachi.
I've
But-
developed a lot over.
Okay, so Malachi's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I say it. Adachi from The Dangers in My Heart.
Yeah.
He has somehow. My expectations were so low after watching a few episodes, and somehow he still consistently fails me.
Recent episode was like a good.
He had one scene, and he still failed. As soon as the scene was over,
Fuck, man.
he has failed me so consistently. He had one decent bit, and he still messed up.
He's had a few.
He still messed up everything. Every time he's on screen.
Micah. Sit down.
Just look.
It's still a 10 out of 10, but get rid of this child.
Look, on. You can't get rid of him because his mom. Have you
Bro,
not
just
seen
keep-
her?
I literally saw her in the
A
episode.
registered nurse, big tits,
Mhm.
cougar fit, dog.
And she gave birth to this disgusting creature. How does she do it? How does she fumble that bad in one department? Who is the father?
She's like from Toradora.
You know what?
She's hot, she's funny, she's all this, and then she's got terrible taste in men.
Yeah, true. She says so herself.
That's how it is. But fuck, I mean, I'll take it. I'll keep it around.
As long as Adachi isn't in the house or in the vicinity within a 5-mile radius, we might be all right. Send him to Moeko. Moeko doesn't like him either, but hey,
She'll tolerate him.
she'll tolerate him.
Babe,
This is the first. I was like, I have to bring up a character that's an action character.
Okay.
And God.
Here, I'll transition to another non-action character. Comey.
Let's go.
How are we feeling about Comey? She exceeding her expectations right now, or?
Look, I'm gonna say one thing. Somebody
What
hasn't
kind of
finished it.
expectations do you have for her? Because
She's
he's meeting mine.
Well, hold on, because I'm gonna
She's
say
made friends. That's
say-
one thing.
Yeah.
The initial idea was she couldn't make any friends, and she was so bad at talking she couldn't do anything. And now she has a group,
I'm gonna say
a full group of people that appreciate her and want to be her friend, even if they're sometimes a little too obsessed.
I'm gonna say,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
She's the problem.
really, just her?
Just the. I mean, the other ones have problems
her as an
with her,
example
but
because she's
her specific.
using her as an example because she's the one that like wants to be a dog. Bro.
Look, we got her right.
But she kidnapped Tanjiro. Tadano.
I don't know.
Tanjiro. Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The massive simp did
What's her
indeed
name?
kidnap somebody.
Rin? Is her name Rin? Something like that.
You know how long it's been since I've
Ren
watched Comey?
Yamai.
Yeah. So see, I'm cool. I remember this.
She did kidnap him, but again, my expectations for the girl who every time she's on screen has an inner monologue about how awesome Comey wasn't really that high. My expectations weren't massive there.
But yeah, I'm gonna say it's just like because Takomi, her goal was to get 100, so it's like
She's obviously
steps.
failing her own goal,
Yeah.
but she's making baby steps in a positive direction.
But to us as fans watching,
as
it's
fans,
just like,
she's making so much progress.
exactly.
It's so nice. It's like Bochi. Bochi herself might not be thinking too much of what she does, but we're just like, yes, you go play that performance, girl. Kill it. And to her, she's like, what if I said the wrong thing there? They're looking at me in a weird way.
You know, that's fine. You know,
It's
we accept
so
we
real.
accept her for
So real.
who she is.
Yeah.
Ooh, definitely. Shigeo from Mob Psycho. By far
Are you
exceeded.
telling me the guy who, massively grew as a character and changed as a person?
Some of the
that's
best
good.
development.
They developed so incredibly well over the course of 3 seasons with a good character that exceeded expectations. No way. It'd be like going, hey guys, you think that insert fucking main character with insane writing was a good character? Do you think he exceeded his expectations? The only reason that I'm not saying a character is I do not want to go into an argument with somebody about this. I don't know.
Do you guys think
what
that
to defend.
Naruto only says Databayo and I was on the stool once?
I used to sit on the swing.
By the way, we are having to restart Naruto, so we're gonna start making some progress with that and continue to shit talk it probably.
Okay, guys.
I
already see where you
Time
are.
for a coin flip of a character. Let's talk about it.
Rudius Notos Grey Rat.
We feel
I have to put the middle name in there, buddy. This is a biggin. What were his expectations, and has he met them?
We're talking about my personal expectations for him.
We're talking about
in
expectations
terms of me looking at the show, I mean, he's met them for me. He hasn't really surpassed what I was expecting of him.
Look, all I'm saying, I expected character growth, and he has had character growth, even when he wouldn't grow.
Yeah.
Season 2, Joe.
Okay. Yeah. I get it.
Okay.
Rudy's penis had the
biggest character growth I've
he
seen.
by far exceeded expectations.
He did indeed grow.
He
was failing. He had us in the first half, not gonna lie. And by first half, I mean first 11 episodes.
But he got up.
But eventually.
He stood tall.
All I'm saying, bro, my expectations were to have character depth and growth behind him. And look, he may be a piece of shit human being who would never be tolerated in the real world whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
And honest to God, isn't even fully tolerated in the fantasy world.
I can barely tolerate him.
But he has grown. He changed as a person. He also became not a virgin anymore, so good on him. Surpassing expectations.
He's excelling where we have failed.
So true.
Ooh.
No. Is that fun?
Talking about Heinz, that's fun.
Has he exceeded the expectation of being a badass? Yes.
Think about it like in a different way.
Okay, fine. Has he exceeded at being a supreme overlord?
I want to think about the way that the other people see it. You know, how his servants see it in a sense. Like
his servants see the most perfect being that ever
But
existed.
think about it. I want to think about like the big picture, because I get it. You know, they're obviously gonna think, oh God, yes.
Why are we going to look at it from the servant perspective then? They're all going to think that.
Well,
the whole shtick of the servants is that they suck his dick.
Well, but think about it, like Demiurge has his own plots as well, right?
And Demiurge also thinks he surpassed the expectations tenfold. Literally pointing out all the greatness of his plans, despite the fact that he didn't think of them at all.
That's the thing I'm kind of trying to see, because it's like there's some things where they don't see eye to eye.
And they still think he was right. They've gone over this. And never once have they ever been like, I don't think that was all that great.
Well, look at it from your perspective as them, right? Not like as them, but the way you see it. When you watch him say one thing and him say the other, what do you think?
I think that he is an amazing actor. If nothing else, he fits and plays the role beautifully. Now, as a supreme war commander, he kind of just says, servants, go do things, and they do it. So, as a leader, minus the fact that he has the charisma of a real leader, he's not all that great.
Who are we talking about?
Heinz Gone.
Okay, I had an idea of who you were talking about at first. I was like, what?
Yeah, but as a leader,
Confused.
he does not know how to lead. He is the exact kind of thing that he was in the real world. He is a pawn. He's a chess piece that just sits on the board and waits for something to happen. Because he does not initiate things. Like, he literally waited until they told him, by the way, our supply carriage got taken out slightly. Somebody was obviously looting from there, before he's like, fine, initiate war on Riestes. And he didn't do it himself. He sent Albedo to do that. He sent Albedo to get the message across. When it came down to the actual negotiation, he did something. That one I give it. He did literally have the entire talk with the Crown Prince that literally made him question his own, logistical thinking on things, and made him realize Heinz has a great philosophy. The only problem is, again, he didn't initiate it. The prince reached out to him. Heinz just, again, waits for something to happen before he puts anything to action. So as an overlord and a great being of, supreme power, amazing. Exceeding expectations in every sense of the word, because this man has never struggled. Except for once with, Shaltir, but even then he had plans. So wasn't even really struggling. But it's like, if we compared him to Tanya, Tanya knows what she's doing when it comes to leading. Yeah. Tanya's a leader. Heinz isn't.
Tanya might do what Heinz does and a little better. Like,
yeah, she is
even,
a supreme commander.
Even being a scary figure and unbeatable god, because nobody really saw what happened with
Mary Sue.
Yeah, nobody actually saw that.
Hey, she still did, bop Mary Sue 3 times.
Yeah, that was all behind the scenes stuff, She had to make it look like she was struggling. We'll go with that. But it's just
not that Mary Sue had the power of God.
It's like her reputation and what she does on the field, in front of people, is just unforgiving, almost a corrupt, just sense of loyalty.
Pretty much, though, what I'm thinking was when it comes to the leadership of Heinz, if you compare it to most other isekai protags, he's not good. Even Subaru has better leadership than him. Hey,
does he?
He kind of commanded most of the white whale attack, let's be fair. He came up with the plans for that, and he put his plan into action up to the point of even leading the initial charge.
Okay, but that's just one event.
Betelgeuse. He led the charge against Betelgeuse. The Great Rabbit.
Well, that was after a bunch of, trial and error.
Of course he has trial and error when he has return by death.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is if he didn't have return by death, and he was stuck in that situation, he sucked, failed, died.
Obviously,
Okay,
Ainz
but
only
the
gets
only
one
difference,
chance.
the difference here is Subaru has no powers other than return by death. The dude is just a dude. Ainz is all powerful, and again has an entire army at his command. Especially in the
But
case
sometimes
of
he
the
doesn't even
white
use
whale
his army. Like a lot of times he just does solo missions.
Not really. He just kind of sends them out on solo missions.
I do things with
Okay,
his army
Ainz. Okay, he
quite
did do that
often.
thing with like the ogre and stuff, and he did kind of go into the kingdom to scare El Nix.
But like almost all the first season, it was him, and then he had Nabe with him. But he was still leading Nabe in that sense. Most
Yeah,
of the
but then
time,
he did.
was
He did
keeping
also
her
kind of.
straight.
Yeah.
When I can't remember her name off the top of my head because I haven't rewatched Overlord season 1 in like 2 months. But when the boy girl,
I don't remember their name. I haven't watched it in a while.
he's the one who's like, all right, you know what? That's it. Time to send a message. You know, like he basically says, "Nah, babe, stay out the way. I'm about to do something." Right?
And then he then told Nabe, "Go deal with the sorcerer."
Yeah, you do this. I'm gonna do this. He commanded a troop.
Did.
I say he told a troop, do
Okay,
this. So
fair in these cases, but then afterwards, it's all an army effort.
Yeah,
But to be fair, what do you expect when
being
the
a
guy
leader
goes
is
to
to
mess
lead
with-
an army. It's just like I think
It's
that
weird.
Heinz is
Heinz
better
is a-
because it was
okay.
it's one try if you think about it. If you had one opportunity to do it, if Subaru didn't have his return by death and had 45 attempts in one go to fail to eventually get the right outcome by pure happenstance, Heinz is a better leader. But Subaru having multiple attempts and multiple times to die.
And multiple ways of having to convince people to go along with it, because that's one thing. Subaru has to go around and make all the right moves, up to the point where even something as simple as giving the dude his phone so that they'll stop the trade from going into that one kingdom, so that they would end up going on the different routes so it wouldn't get in the way of the White Whale investigation, just so they could distract them and get that with Betelgeuse's
Did
crew.
you brush your teeth left and right or up and down?
It's a lot of moving parts for ReZero.
Yeah. Anybody else that I can think of that's just like did they exceed or not?
Probably, but we are
Lopa
defending-
works on the second season of Promise Neverland.
We're not going to talk about that.
Ooh. What about
Cinema Citrus on the right. No,
Cinema Citrus on anything other than Shield Hero?
okay, but yeah, if we're going to go into Naofumi, bro, if we were to go into him, let's be fair, he's exceeded all of the in-universe things. Like, all of their expectations, because, again, they thought he was a rapist.
Fair enough.
Yo, Aquamarine, has he exceeded expectations to manga readers?
No,
He might have actually went way worse than that.
he has failed all of us.
Honestly, it's not even Aqua, it's Ruby. Let's be fair here, guys.
Gabe,
Ruby's initiating it.
What?
Tendo, how we feeling about him?
Akira.
Akira.
Who?
From Zom 100. You know,
Oh.
rugby dude.
Okay.
Main character.
Hmm. He's slowly getting there for me.
Is he the same? Is he sort of in a similar situation to Comey though?
Kind of.
Where it's like
but
I don't know if he has the same sort of mindset as Comey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like to him he doesn't have nearly as many issues as her per se with like social issues or you know
he's gonna say not as many issues as he's living in the middle of a freaking apocalypse.
well think about it.
But yeah,
he was still dealing with like when he met his friend again, he's like, oh, you know, remember this guy? He's super good with ladies. He's super confident. I've always wanted to be like him, but I just can't.
yeah.
You know, that whole episode was about him sort of like getting over that hump to learn to accept himself and remember his friend who had been there for him for so much time. It was like, I don't know. I felt like he's done well. Sure, there's probably more he could do, but I feel like he's done very well.
But to be fair, he's probably doing well for somebody that's living in a goddamn zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. You
I
always
mean,
gotta.
he's alive.
He is
For
alive.
real.
So I don't know. I feel like that's just something that can be expressed as well as a successful attempt. But I don't know. That's just kind of me. Anyways,
Now that we spent nearly an hour on this topic,
look, there was a lot of what if potential, man, and
I'm gonna say a lot of things you have to bring up when you're thinking of that, because there's a lot of characters that might have failed you.
Like 20-minute conversation about Ainz was totally necessary. It was super important.
I agree completely.
So let's go right into the next topic.
Okay, so it's my topic of what's harder to adapt: manga, light novels, or original adaptations.
And I think that we've all seen at least one of each.
Yeah, I hope so at least. I'm gonna firstly, I want one of like each of us to pick one thing and try and give an argument there. So,
Oh God.
So then I can put that in the video and that'll be a great editing part.
Oh, dear God.
I want to experiment, guys. Let me do this, please. Let me have this.
Oh no,
Let me have this, Gabriel.
Wanna do
no.
light novel, I guess.
I want to do light novels because I need to talk about 86.
Gabe, you can do manga. Most of your watches are from
Yeah, that'd be
I
easier.
guess I'll try to defend originals really quick.
It's hard to say. It's really hard to make an original.
Fair enough. Let me just pull up a couple prime examples while I scroll. You start defending. You guys start fighting about your stuff while I look.
Okay, so firstly, I need to say that light novels have got to be really fucking difficult to adapt. Because first things, when I have to point out why Gabe's is probably the easiest.
Yeah.
Pictures. You have pictures.
Hey, you mean you have a picture or two?
We have a picture or two, maybe every fucking 100 pages.
So that's still pictures.
That's one picture in that moment.
Hey, buddy. Guess who doesn't get pictures?
Actually, you got to get mental images.
That's
And then
a picture.
And then you rough draft all of these out, and then you have pictures.
then you take more effort.
Exactly. But let's be fair here with light novels. They have to make full things out of just words on a page. All of those inner monologues, they have to find which ones are important enough to put in and which ones have to be cut out. Because they have to make sure that things aren't moving at light novel pacing.
Mhm.
Which also makes half of the reason why a lot of people say this light novel adaptation's ass. They cut out all of the best inner monologue moments that are supposed to add character development.
Yeah.
Because what do you do when you have to cut out the guy going, if I make this wrong move here, my ability won't work because of certain bullshit law that was written into the story that I can't even dare to explain in the anime.
I'm still pulling up more prime examples for
Jesus
So-
Christ.
Going
Jesus.
off the picture element, while I do think it is a valid argument for adapting pictures from a story without keeping the same pace, while manga do already have their pictures, I do feel like it is very difficult not only to take those pictures but also to animate them.
Yeah, fair. I mean,
Because
Gabe,
you have
prime example with Demon Slayer. It's just
yeah, of
just
course
bring up
you have like
anything
still
fucking
images
Demon
for each
Slayer.
freaking thing, but then you have to not only color in those images for a lot of manga that aren't colored. And this isn't a universal thing, but are most like manga? Wait, never mind. I'm an idiot. They have the covers; they're in color. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Well, like Demon Slayer sure is a prime example. Like, not only, Ufotable, it's freaking amazing animation. It'd just be so freaking difficult to take that still image and make a million more images of that same freaking thing in tandem.
Okay, the entire Tengen fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think
on
it's
that same note, bringing up something again with 86 specifically, I'm willing to bet that, pacing out something for the 23 episodes they did to make 2 volumes into the entirety of the anime had to be difficult, let alone animating all of the fights, in which I doubt they went into that much detail into what the hell they were doing to grapple across buildings and cut through robot thingies while using overly advanced weaponry. All the while, they also have to fully animate the entire round just to say, all right, we'll use this for one scene.
I think like basically anything you gotta adapt is going to be difficult, just due to the fact that you're creating a whole new series or adapting the series, and you gotta turn it into something that has like life, emotion. Because it's hard. I will say it's harder to get it off of a piece of paper than it is to something with a voice, with
Yeah.
music.
Especially, okay, I hate to be like the guy that has to bring it up like this. In my case of defending light novels, I have to say that adapting a romance light novel is probably really fucking easy. Like,
Yeah.
a romance light novel is quite literally words on a page. What do you
Yeah.
do to make that an anime? You animate people talking based off of the words on the page, which is why I am so surprised that Classroom of the Elite continues to fumble the adaptation. When all they have to do is animate words on a page. Because that's all they fucking do is talk over and over and over. I'm gonna get blasted for this if anybody sees this, by the way. I haven't watched Classroom of the Elite. I have no interest in Classroom of the Elite. And also, again, not even the fans
Okay.
have as much of an interest in it anymore.
think I've got
because
enough.
it's dog shit.
I've got enough to defend Studio Originals now. I had to pull up on my prime example.
Oh god, example 1. What the fuck
Exhibit
was
A.
Maid Wars?
Occupy Maid War.
Real?
All right, explain how this simple concept turned into something so confusing. We took something you can see in everyday life in Japan, maids
and then
a
mixed it,
cafe.
and then mixed it with something you could see in everyday life in America.
Mafias.
Chicago.
All right, we took.
Oh, right.
We took
That was something I never really considered. Like, I mean, gang wars and stuff, but guns are illegal.
Like,
Maids.
Huh.
some
Never thought about that.
random dude was just sitting in his office and went, "What if I make a story?
What if there were guns in
Maid
Japan?
girls killing each other. That's what it's here for."
You know what? I also have to bring it up when it comes to openings. Original openings have to be so difficult. Who the hell took the drugs needed to make the Ton Tonkatong staff sing an opening where half the opening was them just being cutesy maids, then it's like boom, blood, bullet holes, attacks, guns, and then we're singing a little dance number.
But here's my thing about it as well. I think that why Studio Originals had to be so difficult is because even if it's multiple people working on it at some point, you got to come up with the concept that'll fit in for a 12-episode series or longer, right?
You know
You
what?
have
I
to
just
come up
realized
with
they also need to get
storyboards for all of them.
They also need to get approved. Like with,
They gotta get
with light
approved.
novels and manga, it's easier to get an approval for it because they already exist.
Yeah. You gotta
Originals,
run-
you have to bring the concept up, be like, trust me, this will be a hit.
You gotta
Please.
You gotta run this by the big boss. Go, look, man. I know it sounds dumb.
It is clinically insane if you even dared to take a second to look at it.
If you think about this rationally, who would actually watch this?
It's us. We are the ones that would watch
I was about to
this.
say, but you gotta come up with the storyboards. You gotta create characters that just came out of your butt. Like, you gotta come up with these names.
Real. You know what? I have to agree because Nagami came out of somebody's ass and Shine already existed.
Uh-huh. This is just like, that's one. Buddy Daddies, I mean, that one, what I won't say it was as hard because it was, no offense, and once again, it's not, but it is similar to Spy Family,
Yay, Spy Families.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Okay, I'm only saying that because that
It's
was the
still-
comparison.
It's
'cause
still
was.
it's still an original series with its own backstory for characters.
They
its own
literally
character.
managed to redeem a character who gave away her daughter because she ruined my dream.
It's just
Like, I just
It's
want to bring
still
that up. They
something-
somehow managed to redeem a character that said, I literally gave away my child.
it's something that it's hard to do and write into a 12, 13 episode series. Okay, that's Buddy Daddies out of the way. Some dude at Bones decided to make an entire series about two girls living in a new version of a new city, and they play music.
I'm gonna say, on Mars, where they play music,
Gotta say,
they referenced Cowboy Bebop.
they made a music show, and they came up with the music. They came up with the songs, by themselves. I mean, maybe not this person, it was done by somebody else, but they had
The
somebody,
guy who has music experience.
but they had somebody make completely original music for it, right? They made up their own plot, 2 cores of it, 24 episodes. Somebody
this is
came up-
more than just 12. This is
Somebody
24
came up with
episodes.
character names. Somebody came up with these, overlapping issues in the world and among the characters. Stuff like that's got to be difficult. That's Carol and Tuesday out the way. Let me just keep going. Death Parade. Who in their right mind decided, let's make a story about people gambling to go to heaven or hell.
Probably somebody who is gambling his way into heaven or hell.
Somebody with a severe gambling addiction.
Yeah, probably.
But
That's honestly how I imagine the actual process of heaven and hell is anyway. So
exactly. Somebody just thought, you know what? This is what it's like when I die. And then he made an entire series about it. God dang it, it was a great series.
All right, that's Death Parade out of the way.
That's Death Parade. Decadence. Somebody decided to make a story about a complex, I don't know if it's still, I can't explain it very well, video game-like system world of a mobile being powered by the blood of other beings that these hunters who are a part of the game system have to kill to feed this machine. And there's bugs in the system who are just regular people that they have to eliminate to keep the system running.
And already I'm confused.
And they did that, and that was the first 3 episodes plot point.
Look,
Yeah.
man, I can easily bring up that 86 does crazy shit like that. But even the goddamn ability to, keep the souls of the dead trapped in the robots they fight doesn't exactly match the... We kill monsters to keep this thing running, because if we feed it the blood of the monsters we kill, we can keep the system running straight. Also, regular people still exist, but they can't be there, so we need to eliminate them because they're bugs in the system. This system is fucking weird.
And that was the first 3 episodes.
Of course it was.
And that's decadence. It's just good character writing. They had to flush an ending in, and it was still really good.
Yeah, that's another thing I have to bring up. Character writing is so much
In
easier
originals, you gotta
for
write so many other
manga and
characters.
light novels.
I say.
And somehow, Classroom of the Elite still fails at that. I'm still gonna fire shots at that show.
I'm not gonna talk too much about Fana because I didn't like the show as much, but
Fana was
still a cool idea, It was just fast paced because it seemed like we would have so much story to go off of with the hunt for this, piece of treasure that only one person can discover because of her descendants.
That's what happens when we force an original story down 12 episodes.
Down was bad. Kisniver, I also didn't like too much, but it was still interesting because it was a good character drama for an original.
Trigger.
But yeah, Trigger carried the series. Animation was peak. I'm gonna skip past that one as well. Recoil like licorice people.
Shut up.
what?
A story about a bunch of girls dressing up as
Sakana.
schoolgirls to murder criminals before they can commit criminal acts.
That sounds
this
awesome.
And then one
Gabe,
guy,
it was good, but Malika didn't like it as much as I did.
I still gave it a 7.
Yeah, I know. I said not as much as I did.
I said,
I didn't say you didn't like it. I just said not as much as I did.
but I just want to say this. One dude broke down, well, I won't say completely, but basically broke down an entire system that has been run efficiently for how long at this point? I don't even know.
A while.
Right? With just a few simple moves. Not
Look, man, all
simplistic
I'm
enough,
saying,
but
bro.
simple.
All I'm saying, they weren't overly simplistic. He had plans.
But
And also a master hacker. Who
But say-
still wasn't a master enough to beat a
he
child.
wasn't even that great of a hacker.
Listen,
That was
he,
the
he
thing.
lost to a
We
child.
used the bare bones means to get past this system
And
that
it
had been
fucking
run for
worked.
so long.
Synonyms, Lico Rico. So true.
And it's just it's funny because that was just one thing they let slip through. They let one man live. And now look what happens. Plot.
That's why people
And now we're getting a new anime with it.
no witness
Mer-
punk.
G-Witch.
Come on, I'm just gonna keep going.
G-Witch.
Keep going. Witch from Mercury. And a new Gundam idea where we,
With
still
gay girls.
It's gay girls. Boom. That's all we needed.
Gundam, but lesbian instead of just gay.
But we have a whole school
Oh.
system. We have multiple different planets built in upon this still system where we don't accept Gundams anymore. Gundams, boo.
In my Gundam anime, we don't want Gundams.
An entire committee's made between these students who think, we can fix them. we can fix them.
It's
Right.
I Can Fix Her, the anime. Let's go.
We have a freaking donkey, absolute idiot, as our main character, who actually went through
bully her.
a really traumatic past. You have to watch the prologue for, but it wasn't her.
But
it was kinda her.
But it connects to her.
Really, really confusing plot points, and they put this into 24 episodes. They should have done more, honestly. But
I was about to say, don't bully her.
Fuck it, I really enjoy
She
it.
tries her best.
Okay, then we have Odd Taxi.
Ah,
There's still
we
more.
get it.
Odd Taxi. Who came up with this?
Drugs
This
came up with
is like Aquaman Made War. We have a story built around a dude who drives a taxi who's a walrus. All right.
Award-winning show, by the way.
A walrus drives a taxi and a bunch of people get in it, and it turns out that all these people are connected to a crime that happened, which extends into more crimes, and all
What?
of them tell different sides of the story to the walrus. And
What?
then it turns out the twist ending, dude's not a walrus. He just has a severe disorder.
Gabe, this show won awards, by the way.
It's actually really interesting.
This show is ranked in the top 100 and won awards.
It's actually really interesting. I'm just not very good at explaining it, but that's all you need to know. It's a murder mystery / mystery with the dude who's a walrus driving a bunch of criminals around.
With a dude who's a walrus, I get more happy hearing that stupid shit.
And then once again, the plot twist is that dude's not a walrus.
He's not.
He's just mentally ill.
He's just mentally ill.
Go watch Odd Taxi.
Kidding show.
Go watch Odd Taxi. It's really good.
Mental illness is fun.
Revenger. Basically, we just said, hey, you guys like stories about samurais and murderers?
Revenger.
We're gonna make a business off it.
Let's go.
This is what happens when you give Gen or Obuchi the goddamn microphone.
The
You let the man.
revenge business.
You let the man say, "Fine, kill people." Revenger.
Boom. That's all you need. This was beyond terrible. I'm not even gonna talk about it, but I'll say the name for people who want to see it. Shinobi no Itoki. Bad.
It was bad, but it was original.
Boom.
Vivi.
Vivi. I
Honestly, I
skipped
bring
over it.
Bring up another one. Vivi.
Vivi.
This is what happens when you give the creator of ReZero the ability to make an original anime where Idol. A really interesting music show with a bunch of cool story-like concepts in each episode and very well animated action scenes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, originals do kind of cook sometimes.
Yeah, you guys should have had the resume I had. Just scrolled through the list.
All right, let's see here. Eminence and Shadow.
You ever wanted to see somebody make fun of something for so long that it actually becomes hilarious?
Eminence and Shadow. See, the problem is, like, when it comes to a lot of light novels, they're very hit or miss, and a lot of the light novel readers hate the adaptations because it's really difficult to make something that's all words. Yes, because of the Classmate Elite adaptation, even the fans hate it. We're gonna watch it and be like, you know what? I don't know what the fans were talking about. And then you're gonna look at all the people that are like, yeah, by the way, guys, they adapted, 1,000 pages into this whole season. 86 adapted 700.
Jesus.
And then you realize how much content they skipped. 86 in 2 parts adapted 700 pages. Classroom of the Elite in 3 seasons has done over 3,000. Yeah. That's how bad it is. That is how much content they skip.
I mean, shoot, honestly, that'd kind of be a similar point you could make for manga, though.
Yeah, manga has
Where-
to skip a lot.
There's so many, there's so many series that get flamed for poor pacing, or some series just aren't
Real
good
true.
and they get adapted.
But then you look at stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, where one panel of a fight scene gets animated into a whole 7-minute fight scene that, takes over the internet.
Yeah.
Almost like, when you give, animators that want to, animate things to look good, they make things look good.
I think those were our cases. For,
Yeah, we all have our paces. We all did kind of gas up originals, though, because we did kind of realize that original hard.
Yep, I had to just, I had to build a case for mine because I was given, on with that's when I have the least amount in, and I still had like a solid 10 plus. So I watched a lot of anime.
Yeah,
Really?
almost like almost like we're on a podcast talking about it.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
Who would have thought?
yeah. So let's move really quick into this last category. We'll see if we need anything else we can BS and talk about.
My guy, we're doing just fine.
We're on a podcast where we spend over an hour and a half talking about anime. I think we'll be okay.
I think we'll be fine. We're already over an hour in.
So
We made almost an hour out of the first topic.
You're welcome. Yes. So let's move right into this last topic. Gabe, why don't you kick us off?
Inspirational animes. Any anime that
Alrighty.
when you watch, you just want to do something different, you know? Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Because this is your category, we're gonna let you do some talking.
Let's
Because
go.
Stu.
So, 3 that come to mind immediately. First, Food Wars.
Fair enough.
Didn't have like a life-changing effect on me, but god damn it, when I got done with like every episode of that show, I wanted to go right to the kitchen and start making something.
You wanted to eat mapo tofu until you realized it was bad.
No. It would
Well,
have
you
been
did.
better. It would have been better if it was as spicy as it claimed to be in the show.
Yeah.
But
Don't
without
worry,
it being
Food
that
Wars
spicy, it
inspired
was
me.
depressing.
Food Wars inspired me to make burgers after an episode. Really
Oh
hungry.
yeah.
Food Wars inspired me. You know what? Food Wars inspired me to burst out of my clothes when I tasted something great. It still hasn't happened, but god damn it, did it inspire me to do it.
I'm trying. Every time I eat something, I just like rip a piece of the fabric and I try.
I try to literally nut on the spot.
Okay. Let's settle down there,
Gabe,
bud.
tell me something different happened when they literally call them foodgasms. Glad to I was like, glad to hear that.
Oh, I hit my knuckle. Oh, that hurt.
Your Honor.
Your Honor squeaks.
That was a very over-exaggerated thing. But I hit like the first knuckle on my pinky. I wasn't expecting that.
Good job.
Anyways, next game.
I'm gonna thinking lost thought Assassination Classroom. Now before no, it did not make
you
me,
to be a suck up.
it did not make me want to go
You're still
kill
in
people.
school.
It inspired me.
No, I started wait, when did I start? I was watching it when I was already in college. Yeah? Yes.
Took you that
Yes.
long? I watched it in school.
I just saw a bunch of stuff. I really didn't see a lot, but I'm like, I see that guy. And
Two
then
things
Yeah.
that's it.
and then like the last few weeks of freshman year or first semester of freshman year, I was like, I should watch it. And I watched it. And I almost cried.
I'm almost
Crazy.
there with season 1.
Finish it!
I know it's been like almost 4 weeks since our first episode was recorded, but I'm almost there.
Finish it.
How many more episodes? How many episodes are in season 1?
I don't know. 20?
Gabe, you watched it.
Like 22.
Yeah,
I watched it literally over a year ago.
Well, I'm literally slow, so help me.
I'm aware.
Okay, see, no, that's just mean.
Anyway, there's a slight tangent with the show that made me like, teaching would be interesting. But at the same time, no, no. They don't get paid enough.
Base.
And to avoid expectations of what people might think, I would say no. The show did not make me want to kill people.
I
Shocking.
think that's a disappointing fact. I think that if it doesn't get that message across, then what's it doing right? Don't answer that, actually.
I mean, considering the show wasn't just about killing, I mean, the assassination was the major part of it, but it was
You're
the
still
aspect
answering
of
that.
like teaching people how to live and teaching them useful skills on how to do it. Really cool through the means of assassination. Maybe I should go out and start living. Crazy.
Maybe I should go out and start assassinating teachers.
What? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a couple of teachers that I have. There's a couple of teachers I have right now that are kind of.
We can't name drop. Don't name drop.
I'm not name
Okay.
dropping. I'm just gonna say one of them. Computer.
You know what,
science
guys? Can I
professor.
bring up something real quick?
Sure.
Shangri-La. Shangri-La's inspired me to be the best trash gamer there is.
Is that why you're like, oh my god, I gotta play Honey Pot?
Dang.
Micah.
Oh, the host has been shot. Oh Lord, he may never recover. You need to say all that, man. Give him that trash. It is a trashy game. How about
Yes, look, it is
Micah,
it is
I said,
made for
describe the
trash, but
premise
it
of
is
the
not
game to
trash.
me and try to defend that argument. I dare you.
It is not trash. It is not trash. It is actually highly sophisticated for not just kidding. I'm not gonna be a Rick and Morty fan here.
Racist.
It has racist
Asian
jokes.
All right, I think that's just top tier cinema gameplay.
Top tier cinema gameplay.
Very
Real.
cinematic, dog. Them photos.
Yep.
Boom. Cinema gameplay.
Cinema gameplay.
There we go. Defended myself.
Okay,
Something
but
you can't do.
let me. Getting funny.
You brought it up.
I tried to joke about being a trash gamer. Shock me I would say Freerin inspired me, but I wasn't paying attention to the
Freeman
story.
inspired me to have a bunch of flashbacks.
Like-
into treasure chests.
Like most Ubel fans, I wasn't paying attention to her actual character arc. It's funny because I don't even like that shit.
Sometimes the things you say make me want to take this headpiece off and walk away. Like,
Good, they're not supposed to make you want to stay.
God,
They're
dude.
supposed to be bad.
If I didn't have a podcast to run with you, God,
You know what Sid Cogano inspired me to do?
Stop.
Pay attention to no one ever.
stop with these horrible takes.
Okay, wait. What was the original one I was gonna do?
Oh
Oh crap! What?
That's stupid. No, I don't. Let me just take a scroll through my my mail real quick.
Oh
I
Jesus!
forgot what I was gonna do. Oh
Damn, I forgot.
Malachi, do you have any?
Demon Slayer inspired me to get saved by plot armor. I'm the main character.
It's not working. I'm being bullied. It's not working.
Why? No, an actual one that I can say. I'll do two just because there's an.
Oh, light inspired me to kill.
Light inspired me to write. I write terrible fanfics.
Write poetry.
But no, I got two, and that like actual because silent voice and sign of affection. I downloaded a sign language app because I actually wanted to learn.
I think I was gonna say something about sign language teaching me to be a bully.
Stop.
What? What?
I'm like,
I didn't pick the entire second half of the movie, but that original bit, that was peak.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, you know, these two series, the movie
really
and the
made me
series.
think about it.
I actually like considered trying to learn it. Michael's like, bullying. Yes, I love it.
Yes, bullying.
ReZero inspired me to die in horrible, painful ways. I'm still here.
Multiple times. Oh God. Ari Ferretta told me to hate God.
Hate
you know what?
God.
He was right.
Women.
Hate God, disrespect women. You know what? He was right. Great thing.
Uh,
Wonder I get no bitches.
okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy.
I'm not taking this category serious at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, worth it. Oh, you know what? Migi and Dolly inspired me to love my twin more.
Aw, isn't that just
You
sweet?
know, we actually have a good lesson because
Good job. Kevin.
as a twin, Migi and Dolly was pretty nice.
It was a good story. It was funny.
Yes, it was fun.
Oh,
what did Mashoku inspire me to do?
keep my boner.
Yeah, it's true. It inspired me to not suffer from erectile dysfunction.
I respect it more now.
Oh God, what did
I salute him in the morning.
what did Onimai teach me? That I should probably stay off the internet.
Says the one who's on Twitter.
Yep. I didn't listen
Speaking
to
of
the
which,
last-
here's your daily routine. Micah, get off Twitter.
What did Sakamoto teach me to do? Nothing. I can't ever be as cool as that
Put
guy.
an umbrella on when you're taking a poop.
Yep, just carry an umbrella at all times.
No, I'll say you're lying, April, because I mean that was like one that made me want to play piano a lot more.
It inspired me to not have cancer.
It
It's
inspired
working.
It
It's
inspired me to
working.
have working legs.
Hey, Malachi,
But no.
you took the keyboard with you, right?
I did, yes, and I've already used it a couple of times actually.
Shield
Thank
Hero
you.
inspired me to not rape. Because rape is bad.
Take logical ones.
No!
I've given 2 nice ones. Gabe already gave his 3.
Tony
I
Cow
got
inspired
two.
me to
I
get
got
married at the
two.
age of 16.
My bad. Gabe, you got another one? Because I got 2, you've got 2.
Yeah. My top one, GTO. Another cheating
Ooh.
anime. But this one really taught me, or not taught me. Depends how you want to see
Did
it.
I agree with that one?
Inspired me to live.
Oh, come on. What did Watamote teach you?
To cheat at Yu-Gi-Oh!
What?
To impress my 3-year-old cousin, I gotta cheat at Yu-Gi-Oh! bully a bunch of 7-year-olds who are just trying to play at the local
You know
local
what?
shop.
You know what? Can I say this? Call of the night actually did inspire me to really treasure my nighttime.
Insomniacs After School inspired me to stay up until 9 in the morning every day.
You did that without Insomniacs After School. You didn't even watch it.
Fair enough. No, I like the GTO one a lot as well. I feel like it's almost like Gabe, you were talking about Assassination Classroom, and a lot of the episodes he does actually give like valuable life lessons.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, Onizuka does the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel
Arguably
like-
better. Arguably
That's what I
better.
say. Arguably better, just because his teaching methods are a lot more severe. You know.
Yeah.
Like he does them in unconventional ways, but I feel like just due to the kind of person that he was and what he's like, learning to do now is
Mhm.
just something that's like, I can respect you for that. I can respect what you've had to go through to teach these lessons. It's like Mr. H, no, not him, but yeah, no. I can't remember his name from that show, but I was going somewhere with the R guy. But basically when there's teachers in shows that just like they'll tell stories about certain events that have happened to them or certain things that they've witnessed, or like when characters talk about that,
Mhm.
it's just like watching them look back on something that they've had to deal with, and just using that as a way to promote positivity to their students or somebody that they've worked with. I'm just like, yeah, that's something that I need to see more of, and I think that GTO did a really good job with that, and I think Onizuka.
I didn't watch that show.
Watch it.
Yeah, that's when you gotta watch it.
Why?
It's a really
Because
good
it's
old series.
Awesome.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that's a good enough way to say it. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Anyways, you gotta come up with 3.
Why?
'Cause-
I already came up with 2.
3 serious
Did
ones.
you?
Yes, they're just mangled in there with really bad jokes.
Wait, were you taking Shangri-La as a serious one?
Oh,
And what other serious one did you say? Let me check
I'm
the
not
back
gonna
logs
lie.
of my
I don't
memory.
remember because I
I
probably
didn't
did
think
way
you
too
said
many
a
jokes.
single one.
Did Miki and Dolly?
Oh, my fault. That one was actually serious.
Oh my god.
All the night. 2, bitch.
Hurry up.
Okay. Well, I've tried nothing, and I'm all out of ideas.
God. Mysterious Girlfriend X taught me to appreciate saliva more.
100 girlfriends taught
What?
me that damn women are pretty neat.
100 Girlfriends taught me that, damn, I should just start cheating more.
What?
100 girlfriends taught me that damn, I'll really never be him.
Toradora taught me that I need me a short woman.
You know what? Real.
And then every other series I've ever seen, taught me that that's not the case, and I want a muscle mommy.
Even more real. You know what? Level 1 Demon Lord taught me being middle-aged kind of shit. Retirement's overrated.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
at work.
I don't know what I'm gonna do,
Honestly,
honestly.
no Ippo taught me that I can get punched in the face 1 billion times, but as long as I get back up, somebody will punch me again.
Somebody was hit me again.
There is no bright side.
You know what? Trapped in a dating sim, Leon taught me that being a piece of shit has its benefits.
Respecting women is a sin.
Respecting women overrated.
It's
Yelling at them about their
gentlemanly.
inadequacy.
No.
That's where it's at.
It is gentlemanly. I can't even pronounce the damn word.
A woman who doesn't respect me is based. Yeah. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, what about that one? Game.
Well, when you put it like that,
Like that.
you know what?
Exactly.
No, I'll
Oh,
stick true to my
Sarah Ian
master.
taught me to love your brothers a
I
little too
shall
much.
stick true to my master's word.
Okay. Yeah, anyways, Sarah for the end taught me to love your brothers a little too much.
Stop with the brother love.
What?
Bro,
What?
Sarah for the end is not a fucking gay.
Otaku Elf taught me that I don't need to get a life.
You know, I embrace it. That, you know, that is my third lesson of today. You don't need a life to enjoy anime.
You don't need a life to enjoy life. I think, hold on, there's actually some messages to that one though, where it's like, let me try to make Otaku Elf sound like an actual smart educational show instead of just
Instead of just a
show.
comedy.
But it's like, you know,
My family taught me that even the most dysfunctional family can make it through.
okay, there you go. That was a good one. I don't have to defend Otaku Elf.
Yes, sir.
Good series, but
I literally just randomly was like, you know what? That family has problems, but they still love each other.
kind of. I don't think Lloyd actually.
For a job, of course. For the job.
Yeah, Lloyd does.
Mission.
Reincarnated
it's
Lord
broken.
taught me that
Cursing, kind of funny.
adopting cat children as a weapon and
Um,
and
um,
raising them.
Summertime rendering taught me that time loops are kind of fucked.
Time loops are fun when you land in boobs every time.
He did
I
that
mean-
for it was like 3 or 4 times. 3.
The final episode, he did it
Yeah, that was the third time. That was
the
that
fourth
was
time.
because he did it firstly at the beginning, then he, you know, looped for the first time, and boom, it was there again. Then he looped for the second time, and he was on the island. Boom, suck my dick and balls.
I'd
Little
rather
Dick
not.
4 spoils me rotten. Shows me that
All I need to get a bitch is just give her an umbrella.
all I need to do is get really lucky and then do nothing to change as a person and watch her spoil me.
That is genuinely all that happened. That show was just
He made some improvements, but
no. Shut up! I didn't watch it. Mid,
I thought we watched it.
not fully.
You haven't finished it?
No,
Oh,
I never tried to.
oh.
God,
bad.
she looks so different. What the fuck?
Devil is a part-timer. Taught me that working at McDonald's ain't too bad. You could be fighting the demons of hell.
I think that'd be more entertaining than McDonald's. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough.
She looks so different. What the fuck did they do?
Haruhi Suzumiya taught me that being stuck in a loop for
No, you know
4
what?
episodes.
I found a
Pretty
Haruhi
cool.
clip on Twitter that
Oh,
made me.
no.
You're gonna. Yep. I
sir,
question
Let
Haruhi.
me explain.
No, there's no explaining.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, defend this one.
Um,
Yeah, defend this one.
plot.
What?
What?
No, wait. Yeah, I know what you did. That was to set him up, blackmail.
No, really.
It
That
was,
wasn't in
it was
the
super
freaking
necessary.
thing.
It was super necessary.
Okay.
Look, sometimes you gotta set up almost sexual assault
Oh,
cases to get free computers. I think that's the message they were
Jesus
sending, right?
Christ.
Look, man.
God, she looks.
Look,
I
man.
look at Spice and
Modern technology is hard to come by. You know, you want the new PS5? Go to court for it. You know, that's basically what he said.
Testify that this man raped you and it's yours.
That was basically
What?
that
What?
was-
Okay, let's.
The quintessential quintuple
Micah,
taught me that
settle
apparently all you need to bag 5 women at once is just exist.
be an asshole and be smarter.
I'm gonna say be an asshole and be smarter than everyone.
Ah.
I got one of those 2 things down, but
JJK taught me that eating human fingers is kind of base.
Denji taught me that
Tying
making
a
out
chocolate-
making out with a drunk girl is kind of gross.
Deku taught me that a grown man.
Offering you his hair, that's exactly what you should shove in your mouth.
Peter Grill
What?
taught me.
Peter Grill taught me that cheating on your fiance kind of based
Cheating on your fiance has no repercussions.
whatsoever. That's all the 100 girlfriends taught you, really. This man has, he's again on the mission to collect 100 girlfriends, and he has no repercussions for it.
Real life taught me that being really old and preying on high schoolers is okay if the high schooler is actually 28. That's the plot.
I think that's where we should stop.
You
don't know.
think?
I think this is going on for a bit too long.
I kind of like that one.
I
Stop.
also like that one, but you know what? Record of Ragnarok taught me the end of the world might not be too bad. As long as the fights are slideshows, we might be getting somewhere.
Black Clover taught me that yelling really loud a lot
Gets you your way. You know, that's what Dragon Ball taught me, that yelling a lot gives me a power up and I become blonde. So you know what? I might start doing that.
My toilet agrees.
Shut. Shut. Shut.
What?
Shut.
What? What's wrong?
Just shut.
Yeah.
I don't see what I did wrong there, buddy.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Gabe, I don't see what I've done wrong this entire recording session.
Okay, well,
You have been the worst.
you have been worse,
What have I done?
which is saying so.
What have I done?
What haven't you done?
Was it all the rape jokes, or were those the problems?
That was one of the things, yeah.
Was it the many times that I made bad jokes about what a character taught me to do?
I think we both were guilty in that one. Gabe, start making some terrible jokes about, like, prison.
Prison.
Prison school.
Prison
Prison school. Let's
Prison
go.
school taught me that women piss in my ain't so bad.
Prison school taught me that the best diversion is shitting your pants. Prison school taught me that dropping the soap can lead to a few misunderstandings, but only if you're being watched.
What?
Prison school taught me that pretending to be a woman is okay if the woman that you're next to is blind.
What?
Prison school taught me that climbing underneath somebody doing exercises gets you a great view.
Shut up.
Prison school taught me that getting whipped can be kind of kinky.
Shut.
Prison school taught me that judo is kind of hot.
You
I
know
want
what?
someone to throw me over their shoulder.
You know what? You know what?
Where?
Let's go away from prison school for a second. What did ghost stories teach you? Because all that it taught me was the Jews were bad.
Ghost stories taught me that big black men are
Hey, man. As long as you run 2 seconds slower, you're not racist. That's all it taught me. It taught me that all principals look like lesbians.
It taught me that all I gotta do is touch me harder and she will.
What is this episode evolved into?
We gotta finish it off with a bang of terrible things that you shouldn't say.
Do we? Do we?
Yeah, come on, Gabe. You haven't contributed yet.
Grand Blue taught me that drinking a lot is fun.
Grand Blue taught me that complimenting somebody's ass.
Guaranteed to work.
Grand Blue taught me that lying about my sexuality can almost get me into a threesome.
You know what? You didn't need Grand Blue to teach you that. We've already had the gay best friend trick work
fair
many a
enough.
times before.
Fair enough.
Not us personally, of course, because that would require one of us to pretend we're gay, which
Oh.
only one of us here will ever do, and his name is not Gabe.
Oh.
And his name's also not Micah.
Yeah, Malachi doesn't need to pretend to be gay.
Honor. I can explain.
No, I don't think he can.
Your Honor, just
My
because he wants to
snake-
get head from Gabe
my-
doesn't mean anything.
My snake is still solid.
Shut